Greetings, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm Natasha L Brown, your author, wellness coach, as well as transformational speaker. And thank you so much for joining me on Me Mondays this evening, or whenever you're watching this. And if you are seeing this based on someone else sharing, hello, Misha. Go ahead and go over to Natasha L Brown and like the page so that you can get notifications, and there will be a drop down arrow. Go ahead and click see first so that you can see when I am posting as well as when I go live, and make sure you get the notifications. So hello Bliss, thank you for joining me, and make sure you go ahead and share the broadcast whether you're seeing this live or in the replay. Definitely want to go ahead and make sure everyone gets this. We're going to be talking about body types, and I've mentioned that this is part of the process that I use when I am holistically coaching. And holistically means that we are dealing with the entire being. If you're looking to lose weight, lower your blood pressure, get your body in alignment as far as your numbers with diabetes, whatever it is, wherever you have an illness or dis-ease, thank you for sharing. Dis-ease in the body. And Dr. Deepak Chopra calls it body-mind. Thank you, ladies. Body-mind instead of mind-body. So if we're taking care of the body, it definitely lets you know that you are in alignment mentally with where you should be going. So the body types we'll be dealing with, and I won't get really technical, we'll deal with the elements of the body types. So you have space and air, which that's my body type, space and air. You also have fire. And depending on whether we're using the body types for love, whether we're using it for motivation, whether we're using it for overall wellness, will depend on some of the other elements that go along with that. You also have earth and water. So those are your three basic body types that we work with and we deal with. And when you do the body type survey along with the health survey, it definitely enlightens you because it gives you those three areas. The love, it'll tell you what type of person, if you're not already in a relationship, what type of person that you want to attract. It also will let you know what will motivate you. And for me, as an air and space body type, this time of year does not motivate me. It really makes me stagnant. It takes a lot out of me, especially if I cannot stay warm. Being cold, it does not encourage me to do anything other than want to, get warm. But if you are an air and space type, then it makes a big difference as to what type of environment you're in. Because of the simple fact, if you're somewhere where you are overly stimulated, then you're not going to be able to focus like you need to. And you have the different body types, and they come with different personalities, characteristics, spices, herbs, foods, even down to what type of vegetable or liquid you should be drinking for the particular body type. So this definitely works into overall wellness. If you can find out what your body type is and operate within the parameters of your body type, you can sleep better, you'll lose weight, you will feel better overall, you'll be clearer mentally, and you would just be able to work in a way that will be conducive for what you're doing. And all of this is based on Ayurvedic. And I have interacted with several different cultures, but the Indian culture, more so than anyone, really relates to and lives by these different body types. So air and space, fire, earth, and water. And let me give you some of the body structure for mine, basically. So space, air and space, this one, the body type is usually, the structure is thin. It's harder to gain weight. And because of the particular body type, there's very little energy that is reserved. So you have to be mindful. And like I said, if you're overstimulated, because just think about air and space, it's constantly around us, constantly moving. So that particular body type, if you are not mindful of what body type you have, then you will get caught in being in a place where you are constantly always drained. So definitely keep that in mind, and you can kind of figure out what body type you are just based on some of the body structures. So if you are thin and it's hard for you to gain weight, you're naturally thin, then you are definitely an air and space. Also, and I won't get into a lot of detail because there's a lot of information on each one of these. But also you have, let's do fire next. If you're a fire element body type, then you are generally a medium size, well proportioned body type. And you also have a medium amount of physical energy and stamina. And really, when you think about fire, if you don't keep that particular body type in alignment, what will happen is you will burn yourself out, because fire is constantly going, constantly going. Somebody that's constantly going, mine is always going. They have to force themselves to wind down and to be able to focus and do what they need to do. So if you are a fire body type, and definitely with any of the coaching, we do those body types. A lot of times people don't understand the concept of it. They just, especially when I deal with people with weight loss, the thought process is that I need to lose weight and I don't want to lose weight. So you're focused more on what you can't eat versus what you can eat. And just like with when we did the winter detox going into the winter months, the 6-week detox that I use, you can really eat whatever you want. You have a couple of weeks where you're going to abstain from certain things, but you are going to definitely see results if you are consistent and if you are willing to move forward. So definitely something to look into doing the 6-week detox. But the fire body type, again, they are medium sized, well proportioned, and they have a medium amount of physical stamina. So they can go and they can easily burn or set a fire and burn up everything around them because they are constantly going. So if I was working with someone that is a pitta, I would have to be able to balance myself so that I won't be consumed by the fire. So the different body types, you have to know how to work together and work with each other. Also, you want to make sure that if you are the third body type, and let me get that one up, that one tends to be, hello Courtney, hello birthday twin, did I speak to you? And as you all are coming in, go ahead and share the broadcast. And if you are seeing this based on a share, go ahead over to Natasha L Brown and like the page so that you will get notifications as to when I am going live. Hello, Wendy. And when I am posting. So the next body type is going to be a sturdy, heavy frame, providing a good reserve of physical strength and stamina. This is somebody that you can really depend on. And a lot of the body types really, hello birthday twin, really let you know what type of personality the person is. And you know, this one would make you think of Santa Claus. So you look at that body type, we always see that particular character. They are always well-rounded physically. They are also always supposedly jolly and happy, and that's not necessarily true for this particular body type. But that particular body type, being sturdy, heavy framed, those types of people usually are dependable. They usually are the structured person in the group. They usually can maintain, they would be the buffer for the air and space between the fire. So you have the three, they can work together, and you could be a double body type, because I have a lot of people, when they take the survey, they score high in both of them. I went to say sturdy, what you said. Right. And that's the easiest thing I think most people can think of, even though he's fictional. That's what we always think of when we think of that particular body type. So that would be the body type that you think of. And it's not necessarily that a person is heavy. They are well proportioned, and they may not be like the first body type, the air and space. They may not be thin, but they are not obese either. So just thinking about the particular body types and the characteristics that go with the body type. Each body type has something that will help them sleep. Each body type has something that will encourage the particular body type to divinely align with the way God created them. So there are many things within that particular body type. When you get your results from me, you get a food list. You get what will help you balance out your particular body type, and you'd be able to move forward and be productive on a daily basis. And sometimes, especially in the winter months, like I said, winter is not good for my body type. So I have to continuously motivate myself to move forward, especially if I'm somewhere where it's cold. So if I am too cold, you're not going to get much out of me. And I have to be mindful of that, where I'm going, what the weather is like. Once it gets warmer, spring and fall is better for me because they're more neutral temperatures. So just knowing yourself enough to be able to move forward and be productive in what you're doing. So the body types definitely play a large role in love. So your love life, if you know what your body type is, and then you can find out what your actual mate should be. And, we look for different things, but once we find out who we are, and that's why it's important, the trend now is not to marry as early as maybe 2 generations ago. They would marry really early and they would stick together regardless of what was going on. Now you have the divorce rate is so high, and many people blame it on compatibility. There could be many different reasons. But if you start off knowing who you are, then you can choose a mate or encounter someone that you know is your mate. Without a doubt they are your mate, and you'd be comfortable with the choice that you've made. So in being comfortable with that particular choice, you have to know what body type you are, what you like, what you dislike, and you have to be able to be flexible. I always describe myself as rigid yet flexible, because many things I may not like, but I will go along with the change. And usually, for people that are so rigid and not flexible, once you go along with the change, you find out that it was really worth it. It may have been a little kicking and screaming going in, but it's really worth it. So definitely knowing your body type. Again, we are dealing with the body types, and I am Natasha L Brown, author, coach, and speaker. And if this is your first time encountering us, definitely go ahead, share the broadcast, and go over to Natasha L Brown, like my page, and click on See First, the little drop down area, so that you can know when I'm going live as well as when I am posting. And you can also go over to New Peace Wellness with Natasha for wellness information. And ladies, if you have not joined our group Selflessly Selfish, definitely go over there and join it, as well as my latest book, The Now Proverbs 31 Woman. If you don't have that, we have it in electronic form on Amazon, as well as nlbpublications.com, and you can purchase the electronic as well as a hard copy or a paperback. What do you say? Be truthful. Yes, be truthful with yourself. And that's so true. And sometimes, you can get into a relationship where two people are willing to grow and learn about themselves as well as their partner. And that's fine as well too. But many people now are not willing to take time to get to know themselves. They want to go from relationship to relationship. So knowing who you are, trusting what you've learned, but yet being willing to grow and be flexible enough definitely will get you into a place where you can choose the proper mate if you're not already in a relationship. So if you're already in a relationship, you can always both take the body type survey so that you can find out what each person is. And it actually will help improve your relationship. So we talked about the body structure. We talked about, just touched on the wellness piece. And that's where I get my tips from, knowing your sleep number. How many hours a night do you need to restfully sleep so you can function fully the next day? Hydrating. Definitely making sure you're drinking at least half your weight in body ounces. Spring water. You want spring water. And there are many brands that have fluoride in them, so you definitely want to know what's in the water. They are not required to put it on the label. It may say spring water. I'll give you a hint without giving you the list. If you go to whathappenedtoyourlastmeal.com, you should be able to get the water report there. But most of your store brands, if they sell spring water, it's going to be safer literally than some of your name brands, because some of your name brands have started adding fluoride to the spring water. So be mindful of what you are drinking. Your rest, water, exercise. Definitely want to do your exercise on a regular basis. If you can get something in to raise that heart rate, and depending on your age, You should be building muscle, getting that strength up, definitely doing different things on different days, working the entire body. That helps mentally as well. It definitely helps with this time of the year, as well as eating properly. So what works for you as far as food? The body type survey would definitely let you know. Should you be eating more meats or more vegetables, or should you be balancing it out? Depending on the body type will depend on how you should be eating. You got to leave room. Yes, leave room for growth for yourself, not just in a relationship, but for yourself. Being able to grow makes a big difference in how you interact with other people. So with the love piece on the body type survey, you have different body types that match with other body types, which is a little lengthy in detail. But and let me go here, for the space and the air body type, some of the things that would describe that particular body type: spontaneity, changeability, slight disorder. So basically a creative person that is flexible enough to be creative, yet not allow their creativity to just drive everything that they do, so that they are like the air everywhere. They can get focused. Let's see. The body type that is the stability, it is, let's see here. They are great listeners, and that's why I told you the stability. You know, we talk about the body type, the physical piece, but that stability, they are great people to have around. That's why they're the buffer between that fire and that air. They are the buffer. They love to eat. That's why they are sturdy, and physically and as far as a characteristic. They love to eat. They are devoted and loyal people. Devoted and loyal. And this can go either way. This is not a female thing or a male thing. This is a body thing. So if you have a body, this is a great way to figure out what your particular body type is. So there are definitely different things for each body type that will give you what you need in order to find your proper mate, in order to get the motivation you need in order to do what you need to do on a daily basis. And some of these do change, because I've taken the body type survey, and it has changed over the years depending on the way I answer the questions, and also depending on where my growth has been too. So it's several different questions that you can that's asked. You take that survey, you find out what body type you are. Sometimes you could be more than one body type, but you shouldn't be all three. So definitely make sure that you find out what your particular body type is. And even if you're not wanting to do a detox, finding out what your body type is, getting that research and information down as far as your characteristics, your wellness, what type of mate you should be looking for if you are single. And if you're married, how can you improve the relationship you're already in? If you're dating someone, how can we improve that relationship? It's great for business. If you are looking to hire the proper person that will work well for you, that's a great tool to use as well. So finding out the body type. Again, those three body types deal with the elements: air and space. You have fire, and then you have the earth and water. So those are the three basic types, and we'll touch bases on it again just to go into a little more detail in a different area. But just wanted to give some general information. This is the beginning of the year. As you begin to plan out your year, if you have not already done so in the last quarter of last year, or last 6 months even, then definitely this would help you go. You've taken the test, and I'll have to see if I have it electronically for you, and I can send you your results again. But you've already taken it because you did the coaching piece, so you took the test. But what you want to make sure is that you utilize every tool you have this year in order to make this a great year. So if you haven't planned out your year, if you don't know what your goals are for the next couple of weeks, this is a great tool to make sure that you move forward in, so that you can find out where you are and what will motivate you to get to where you want to be, whether it's physical, whether it's love, whether it's overall wellness, you're not necessarily trying to lose weight, but you're trying to get better and maintain. The hype is at the end of the year. Once it starts getting cold, usually right in fall, they start promoting the flu shots and all of the cold medicine and different things. So are you maintaining your body enough to avoid all of that? What do you need to do in order to stay well? What do you need to do? And those are the things that the body type survey will answer. So just some of the tips that were given tonight as far as structure, kind of give you what your element is, and then finding out how that element moves. Like I said, with the air and space, I could be everywhere, but once I found out what my body type was, I was able, hello, Pastor Scott, I was able to just balance out what was going on and be able to focus on what motivates me, what elements I should be in, who I should be working with. And when I'm not working with the necessary or particular person that may improve my particular body type or that clashes with my body type, it allows me to be able to focus on how I can handle myself, because we can't control anyone else. So definitely, how can I control myself and maintain the relationship so it can be productive and move forward? So knowing your body type is definitely something you want to do. If you are seeing this based on a replay, make sure you go over to Natasha L Brown, like the page, click the down arrow and click on see first so that you can get notifications. As well as if you want to get information on your body type, you can inbox me at Natasha L Brown or even contact me through New Peace Wellness with Natasha. So just wanted to share some of that information. Many people asked when I touched on it a couple of broadcasts ago with the body type information. They wanted a little more information, so I'm sharing that information. But if you want a detailed breakdown of foods, what will increase your resting habits, what will increase your love life, what will motivate you, definitely let me know, and we'll touch bases again in different areas, because the body type survey definitely covers a holistic approach, the entire being, not just the physical, not just your mental, but how you are divinely created and making sure that you're lined up so that you can move forward. So as you are watching this broadcast, whether live or in the replay, you can comment on which body type you think you are based on some of the things that I have given as far as physical characteristics to move forward in knowing your true body type and how to thrive with those details. So again, I am Natasha L Brown. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you again next Monday here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a beautiful week. Thank you.